Now to news closer to home here in Lagos. At least 6 persons have been confirmed dead in an early Thursday morning accident in Lagos State, southwest Nigeria, which occurred when a passenger train collided with a bus transporting Lagos State civil servants to work. The Lagos State government staff bus was driving through the rail crossing when the train coming into Lagos from Abeokuta trapped the bus at the intersection. Figures from the search and rescue team at the scene of the accident show that 84 persons were injured, while 3 bodies have been found. However, officials at the Lagos State University Teaching Hospital, where the victims were taken to, confirmed that 4 of the injured people died later, and in fact, we've been told that the casualty number is 6. Rescue work was ongoing at a certain moment, but meanwhile, the Lagos State Governor, Sanwo-Olu, and President-elect Bola Tinubu have commiserated with the victims and their families affected by the good incident.
We received distress alert that there was this incident here around 7:39 a.m. Immediately we mobilized. Fortunately, we have some of our volunteers and staff around there. So on getting here, we found out that this incident happened at PW, and this where we are now is Shogunle. On getting here, we were able to recover 2 adult female dead. We recovered 2 dead, and 1 male adult recovered. 84 were rescued to Lagos State Teaching Hospital.
07:20 hours this morning, there was a distress call from our office that there's an accident at Shogunle level crossing. So we came and we started asking questions, and we discovered that the bus driver, the BRT driver, there's a level crossing keeper at the spot. He has stopped other vehicles. There was level crossing keeper, there was police, there was LASMA at the point of the accident. They have already stopped him. All of a sudden, the bus from nowhere veered into the road and now entered the track. And unfortunately, the local driver was also blaring his horn from a distance. So unfortunately, they collided, and the train carried the bus to a distance of about 100 meters before it stopped. And there were fatalities in the course of the accident.
At 7:20 a.m., we received a distress call via our emergency number 112767, and immediately we activated our emergency response plan. All the key stakeholders that are important in managing emergency moved to the scene, and the location is at Shogunle.
Meanwhile, it was sadly a day of falling containers in Lagos on Friday, as 3 40-feet containers fell in different areas of the state, causing varying levels of risk to lives and property. The incidents occurred at Ikeja Underbridge, Mile 12, and Ojuelegba areas of the state. The Lagos State Traffic Management Authority was alerted to all the incident spots and thereafter took control of the ensuing vehicular and human traffic caused by the incidents. Dr. Femi Oke-Osayintolu is Director General and Chief Executive Officer, and I guess also Permanent Secretary of Lagos State Emergency Management Agency, LASEMA. He joins us now to look at the general challenge of ensuring commuter safety around Lagos, using last week's tragedy as a launchpad. Welcome to This Is Live, the Sunday talk show, Dr. Osayintolu.
Good evening.
Yes, thank you very much. 6 dead, 84 injured, bus colliding with train. Isn't that strange? The last time it happened, it was in Abuja, in the Kuba area in Abuja, and now in Lagos. And probably this will not be the last time that it will happen. But what is the situation report? Let's start with that. I know that the governor has visited some of the affected families, but you were on the spot as one of the first responders with your agency. But what is the situation report?
Firstly, I need to sympathize with the family of the beloved ones that have lost their lives in that unfortunate incident. But however, if you look at the incident holistically, you will discover that it's an unfortunate man-made disaster that is avoidable. However, it challenged our emergency system. And you can see that we are able, which I'm highly delighted with, we are able to rise to the challenges, and we're able to carry out the emergency response. If you look at that event and you classify it into 4 incidents, really. If you look at the rescue aspect of it, you will discover that the rescue aspect of it was effective, efficient, and it was smooth. Secondly, if you look at the information going out during the emergency, you discover that it was swift also. If you look at the recovery aspects of it, because if you look at in less than 2 hours, we've removed the train, the events have started moving on in that place. And if you look at the handshake between the pre-hospital care and the hospital care, it was perfect, swift, effective, and efficient. And if you now look at the political coverage of the whole thing, you will discover that from the beginning of the incident, when the incident occurred, we are doing everything under the watch of Mr. Governor, Mr. Babajide Olusola Sanwo-Olu. And at the hospital phase, you can see him within a short time that the event occurred. He has visited the people and he has taken clear ownership of it. He has given the good people of Lagos State the information about what is going on, and which means within few hours you've taken charge of the uneventful situation. And lastly, which we need to see, is that the good people of Lagos State came in mass donating blood. During that event, we are able to see volunteer donors donating about 256 units of blood. And you can see the triage. The triage we did met the international standard. We are able to involve other hospitals like Bagada General Hospital, like Accident and Emergency Hospital. And you can see the professional way we manage the victim. To me, it's a sort of dividends of investments that this administration of Mr. Babajide Olusola Sanwo-Olu has invested so much in emergency management in the state and safety of the good people of Lagos State. Dr.
Oke-Osayintolu, you talked about a man-made accident.
Yes, man-made accident.
That could have been avoided.
Yes.
Are you saying the same thing as Fide Tukiria, the managing director of the National Railway Corporation, who said it was the bus driver that caused the accident because other vehicles stopped when the man in charge of the level crossing, the guard at the level crossing, stopped other vehicles, but that he just decided to go on a suicide mission. What was your observation?
Well, and that's why I said that it was a man-made. It was avoidable. We could avoid it if the driver has abide with the protocol in terms of waiting at the railway crossing. And you see, the state has set up a committee that we are going to look a lot of things holistically. How these drivers are being employed in, how they need to build their capacity. And I'm sure after that, the committee will come and give us holistic information about what they've done. And we'll be able to learn a lot of lessons out of that. And you see, we need to look at this thing holistically. We need to look at what led to it. How does it happen? Then we'll be able to learn a lot of lessons out of this.
Okay, the other subject in the introduction, I'll come to that shortly. But if you look at the picture of the rescue exercise, you know, the responders, that scene was not cordoned off.
Now,
abroad, they will cordon off the place, at least to protect evidence in case of further investigation. Okay. But it was a place that anybody could just access, people taking pictures, people, know.
Look at it holistically. That place was cordoned off.
Where is
you
it?
You can see,
what we
look
see
at it.
internationally.
I'm an expert, and I coordinated that thing. Look at that way. Look at that location itself. You can see the mesh. That mesh. You can see that mesh. You see that mesh.
That's part of the structure of
yes,
the environment.
That place has been cordoned off before. You can see. Look at that mesh. Look at the mesh there. Can't you see? Can I point it out? Where is it? You can see the mesh. That area itself. What is the purpose of the cordon off? The purpose of the cordon off is to prevent people having access to the place. From what you've seen there, that place has already been cordoned off already. Now, what we now did is that you now see that we now use what we call after cordon. After cordon are beside that place. How do we use it? We use police force to do a sort of man-made cordon so that it will allow in our heavy duty equipment. That place, can't you see that mesh? It has all that we use it as a cordon process.
Well, Dr. Osayintolu, that mesh had been there.
Yeah, it has been there.
Yes, but when there is an accident scene or a crime scene, even if we have never been abroad, at least we see it on television.
Yes.
There is this white and red tape that they will put around and say, do not trespass, do not cross.
Yes.
Does Lasema even have...
We have cordon tapes.
Are you sure?
Yes, we have cordon.
So why don't you use it?
No. I told you we use it. I'm an expert. I'm a disaster manager. I've been on this job for over 30 years. I can use my discretion. What do I want to achieve? I don't want people to go in there. So what I did is that I used that mesh as my inner cordon because I'm going to use a lot of heavy duty equipment. Can't you see the crane outside? You see, the purpose of cordon is to prevent. That mesh, to me, as the incident commander, has already achieved what I wanted to achieve in cordoning the place up. Now, I now use cordon tape as outer cordon. And that type of outer cordon that I use, it will allow my heavy duty equipment, can't you see, it will allow my heavy duty equipment to come in. Why I use that mesh, as you are seeing, as my way of condoning that area.
Okay, Dr.
It's method.
Okay, Dr. Osayintolu, let's talk about these containers that keep falling off. 3 40-feet containers in 3 different parts of Lagos on Friday alone.
Yes.
And it happens every time.
Yes.
Each time it happens, security agencies in Lagos, Lasema, everybody, LASMA will come and say, oh, these vehicles, the containers are supposed to be latched. They are supposed to be to follow certain standards. They never follow these standards. How many more people will truck drivers kill because they are going about with containers?
Okay, firstly, let's give kudos to the emergency responders. The mortality, the mobility that is associated with these containers and the secondary challenges has been greatly reduced. When you have container falling down, within a short time, we activated our emergency response plan. We move in a lot of we move in a lot of heavy duty equipment, Charlie, to pull it off and pull it out of the road. We work 3 a.m., 2 a.m., 1 a.m. Now, let's now look at what we are putting in place. We had series of meetings with the good people of Lagos State, with the owners of the articulated vehicles, and we commence strictly enforcement. And all the primary responders are doing all this. We have the FRSC doing their own part. We have the police doing their own part. We have the safety commission, the fire services going to the parks of these people, enlightening them. And if you look at it right now, gone are the days that such incident normally occurred during the day, 12, 1 p.m., 3 p.m. You will discover that some of these incidents occurred at night. And one way or the other, we are getting there. I'm sure we are going to do a holistic wipeout very soon.
Well, I'd like to thank you very much, Dr. Femi Oke-Osayintolu, for joining us on This Day Live, the Sunday talk show. I hope we can count on your word that, we will no longer have falling containers. But when the next container falls, I'll call on you.
Definitely. And you should give the first responders and the government of the day kudos that the secondary challenges that's always associated with this have been greatly reduced. And our emergency number is still open to good people of Lagos State. Our emergency number is 112767. I can assure you, we manage the golden hour. We will be there as quickly as possible.
Well,
under the watch of Mr. Governor, Mr. Babajide Olushola Sanwo-Olu.
Well, thank you very much, Dr. Oke-Osayintolu.